Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning.
Why hasn't everybody else joined? Only 5 of us are here. Okay. Okay, let's start. So yesterday we studied about the differences between organized markets and regulated markets. Okay. So here firstly we are talking about commodity exchange. Okay. Under organized markets we are talking about commodity exchange. So when we say commodity exchange, it is product exchange as well. Okay, so which is barter system. You may have studied about barter system. What does barter system mean? Can anyone tell me? No, nobody knows. Yes, exchange of goods, where we do not transact using money. We used to exchange goods for goods. Okay, commodity to commodity exchange. So there were some problems with that barter system. Okay, so what were the problems? Now all these points you may have already studied in school and in graduation, so we'll not discuss it too much. If you do not understand any point, you can ask me. Okay, so first is lack of common measure of value. Okay, so currently how do we measure value of any product or any item? Using money, right? But earlier when there was no money existing, we used to exchange one product for other. Then but the valuation was a problem. Like today I know that if I want to buy apples and I have gold, it cannot be exchanged for each other, right? Then lack of double coincidence of wants. So lack of double coincidence means I should want what the other person has and the other person also should want what I have. Okay, so that is what double coincidence means. So if for example, if I have apples and Mr. X has oranges, so only we can go through with the transaction only if I want oranges and he wants apples. Okay, then indivisibility of certain commodities. So it was difficult to transact small commodities with bigger commodities. Like for example, if I have horses with me, okay, and I want to buy a pair of shoes, so I cannot exchange, or I cannot give half a horse for in exchange of shoes, right? The horse will be exchanged once at a time. Okay, so it cannot be divided. Then lack of store of value. We cannot store products for longer time, like produce, agriculture produce, fruits, vegetables. I cannot keep them stored for years and years to use whenever I have an emergency. We cannot even store them for weeks. Okay, they won't even last a month. Then lack of difficulty of deferred payments. Deferred payments means payments that will be made on a later date. So today it is possible because we can we transact using money, so money can be paid on any later date. But when we used to exchange products, for example, I take the oranges from Mr. X and I say that I will provide you with apples in exchange next month. So I consume the oranges, okay, and when the next month comes, if I do not have apples to give it to Mr. X, then that will be a problem. He cannot do anything because I've already consumed the oranges. He cannot take it back. Then difficulty in transfer of value. So transfer of value means like today we can transfer money from one account to another, right? But earlier it was not possible. Then objectives of product exchange. Generally, a produce market or exchange has the following objectives. First is availability of members in one place so that they can transact and express their views. So all these points have to be considered before performing product exchange. So availability of members in one place so that they can transact and express their views. So they have to be physically present for product exchange. Then collecting and disseminating market information. So disseminating means spreading market information. So we exchange information in product exchange. To make arrangements for resolving business differences. So if there are some issues in my business, if I am facing some kind of problems, I can discuss with the other party and resolve the differences. Then make rules and implement them to make business deals easier. So we can in a product exchange we can decide amongst ourselves and set the rules that should be followed in the market. Then determining the price according to law of demand and supply. So demand and supply, which are also known as market forces, are the forces that help us in determining what should be the price of the commodity. So the existing price has to be found out by using demand and supply. Then fixing time and class and implementing deals, etc. So fixing time and class, where to meet, when to meet, and what are the deals that will be taking place. Then functions of product exchange. So the main function of produce exchange or produce market is to facilitate future trading. So future trading means trading on a later date. Now I'll explain it further, but now instant trade also takes place in them. A sample of goods is usually shown, which is kept separately and is not kept open. Future trading is often based on accepted samples. It is known from their studies that there are more immediate trades in them. The main function of producer market are as follows. So produce exchange is also a type of future trading market. Future trading means when the market is set up, when the seller and buyer meets, they do not actually perform the transaction on that particular date. Okay, what they do is they decide the price, they set the deal, okay, they finalize the deal and show a sample of the product that they will be providing, that the seller will be providing. If the buyer approves of the product, then they set the deal for any future date, okay, say maybe next month, okay, and on the date that they have decided, the seller will deliver the products that were agreed upon to the buyer, and the buyer will make the payment, but he or she will make the payment according to the price that existed on the day of the deal. Okay, I hope everybody understands what I'm trying to say, what future markets mean. Yes or no answer?
Yes, ma'am.
Also please remember, yesterday a lot of girls did not write their attendance in the chat box, and I could not mark their attendance for yesterday's class. Okay, so please remember, it is your responsibility to write your attendance in the chat box, because if you miss, then your attendance will not be recorded for that particular day. Chaliye, so the main functions are, first is grading of the produce. So grading means dividing the produce according to the quality of the product. So after classifying each item, a name is kept of each class, and at the time of contracting this class is decided by which future trading there is no confusion. If the goods are not classified, it will become difficult to trade in the produce market. So for example, we can say that when you go to purchase rice, okay, for home consumption, if you go to a grocery store and ask for rice, the seller will show you multiple bags of rice, many types of rice, okay. Each will be of a different price and would be of different quality, okay. Some would be the short grains, some would be broken grains, some would be very long grains, okay, some would be very fragrant. So depending on size, color, smell, appearance of the grain, the rice is classified into various categories, okay. So on the day when we are performing the future trade, the grade has to be finalized, okay, that which grade of rice that particular buyer is wanting to purchase, okay. So I give you an example of rice. This kind of grading is done for all the agriculture produce, be it vegetables, fruits, any kind of grains, okay, pulses, anything, okay. So grading of the produce is the first function. Then disseminating of commercial news. Information is of great importance in business. This is the only means by which we get knowledge of demand, supply, market conditions, stock and transfers, and clever traders make a lot of profit with little differences, okay. So yield exchanges or marketers provide various information to the traders. So produce exchange market also helps in exchange of information from the seller to the buyer and from buyer to seller, okay. So they exchange information depending on demand and supply of various products, the market conditions, stock and transfers, and also determine what level of profit they can earn, okay. Next we come to facilities for settlement of disputes. Disputes arise naturally in business. If a dispute arises due to differences in the contract, it is negotiated by the settlement committee. At this time, the committee or the committee seeks the help of the rules made by the produce exchange or produce market. So whenever disputes arise in during a business exchange or during the setting up of the market, obviously when sellers and buyers meet, there are some issues, some differences, some problems with the negotiation, okay. So they are solved by a committee that is formed within the market, okay. Now here we are talking about organized markets, okay. So produce exchange is a type of organized market. They themselves set up the market, and the people involved, the sellers that are involved, they form a group, and some senior members, some experienced members would be marked as the committee members or the settlement committee members, who will be responsible for settling any kind of disputes that may arise relating to the produce exchange, okay. Then, to give protection, the cornerstone of business is risk, yet efforts are made to reduce risk. In order to reduce the risk, the protection of duplex is taken. That is, the risk is transferred to another rather than itself. These risk traders are also skilled players in the yield market. Yield is another word for produce. Okay. These type of future contracts are these type of future contracts act as insurance, because on the basis of these, a trader buys goods on one hand and sells them on the other side at the same time. Okay, so protection means they act as an insurance that yes, we have already finalized the deal, maybe because of unexpected problems or circumstances. If the markets are not being able to set up, we can at least have the confirmation that because we already did the future trading, our products would be sold. Okay, and also differences in price is also a risk. Okay, the price may fall, the price may rise, so these kind of risks have to be taken, and organized markets of future exchange of produce markets help in protecting the sellers from this kind of risk. Then, broad market for purchase and sale. This is a market where a large amount of buyer and sellers converge in one place and buy and sell goods on a large scale. There remains a synergy between demand and supply of agriculture commodities. Thus, there is a wide market for produce marketing traders. Now, the produce exchange is not a very small market or any kind of village market. Okay, it collects all the producers from nearby areas, means maybe depending on the one district, like for Jabalpur district there would be one market, and all the producers from nearby villages belonging to Jabalpur district would come and operate through that particular produce exchange market. Okay, so when the number of sellers are big, they can have more strength in negotiating with their products. Then, stability in prices of commodities. By keeping the balance in yield and exchange, demand and supply, the price of commodities fluctuates to a large extent, behind which the hidden model of the price of commodity always maintain possible equality. Now, stability in prices, they try to maintain prices in a stable condition by maintaining the supply of the product. Okay, supply and demand, they try to maintain supply according to the demand of the product, because if the demand either goes very high or very low, there is a chance that the price will also change according to the demand of the product. Okay, if the supply is very less, for example, when now in the upcoming season, in monsoon, onions, the supply of onion is reduced in considerable quantities. Okay, and everybody obviously uses onions in their house to cook food, and when the supply of onion reduces, comparatively the demand is very high. Okay, there's very less supply and the demand is very high, so to control that demand, what happens is the price has to be increased. So it becomes very extreme. So to avoid these extreme prices, the supply has to be maintained for all commodities. Okay, so that is also a function of produce exchange. Then dealing in accordance with roles. In order to trade, the seller, the produce exchange or market offers some rules that do not deal with differences in the transaction and the operation is smooth. These rules are even more important in hypothetical business because they are more prone to disputes in the absence of rules. Okay, this is not roles, it's rules. So rules are set up like I just told you about future trading. Okay, I made a deal with Mr. X that I will deliver say 100 bags of rice on the 25th of the next month. Okay, now when I make a deal today on the 19th of March, I will confirm. The rules say that Mr. X will have to pay according to the price that is prevailing on the day of the deal, means today. Okay, so say if one bag of rice costs 1000 rupees today, then Mr. X will have to pay according to 1000 rupees for all 100 bags of rice on whichever day I deliver the products. Okay, even if the price falls, even if it becomes 50 rupees per kg, 500 rupees per bag, then also Mr. X will have to purchase the product from me on this particular price, that is 1000 rupees per bag. Okay, so that is how the rules are followed. So rules safeguard the interest of the producer or the seller. Then easy settlement of contracts. Clearing houses have been set up to facilitate product exchange, multiplication of payment, as traders merge large quantities of purchases and hence their payment cannot be transacted easily. This clearing house offer Kisan related facilities. This is not farmer. Facilities and tells the payment terms to each trader. Okay, so as we know, when grains are purchased or any kind of produce is purchased, it is purchased in large quantities from these kind of markets. Okay, so what happens is many sellers come together and merge their products and create that amount for the buyer. Okay, for example, I want to buy 200 bags of wheat. Okay, and no seller has 200 bags of rice with himself. So what they will do is they will 2 or 3 of the producers will get together and set up a stock of 200 bags of wheat and do a deal with me. Okay, so easy settlement. So the payment rules, the delivery rules are also set up in advance in order to settle the contracts. Then correct valuation. These marketeers evaluate the facilities at one place on the basis of demand and fulfillment. Thus, they act as an economic criteria. It is clear from the above works that produce exchange or produce marketers can easily bring equality in the prices of the goods through their experience and efficiency. Along with this, there is an attempt to equalize demand and supply in the market. So correct valuation means the value of the product or the price of the product that is kept or finalized in the market is finalized based on a lot of things, mainly demand and supply of the product. Okay, so that the producer does not have to face losses. Okay, so now the first type of market functions we already discussed, that is product exchange. Next we come to commodity market. The commodity market means the market where there is a purchase and sale of goods. These items can be productive and there's some problem with this statement. Producing goods are those which are used in the production of. The items can be producer and consumer goods. Okay, producer goods. What are producer goods? We all know producer goods are goods that can be used in the production of other items like cotton, then pottery, minerals, etc. These things are called indirect consumption or intermediate consumptions. Some items are called such which are consumed by human beings to fulfill their needs. From the point of view of production and consumption, commodities can be divided into three classes. Okay, so consumer goods are goods that are directly consumed by the consumer, okay, after production, and producer goods are the goods that are used by producers in order to produce other products. So the categories in which they are divided are natural produce, manufactured or manufactured goods, and mineral items. Okay, so natural produce means these are things produced from land, such as forest produce, tea, etc., food grains, wheat, rice, gram, millet, etc., fibers, fiber crops such as jute. Okay, so these are examples of natural produce. Then manufactured goods, it consists of items which are semi-manufactured or manufactured by raw materials such as sugar, edible oil, leather goods, cotton, silk textile, wooden furniture, etc. These are called industrial goods. Then mineral items, it may include copper, zinc, lead, and miscellaneous items. Okay, so these are the raw materials that can be used in the production of other items. Then the objects should be such that there's one slide missing in this. The object should be, yes.
मैम ये जो आप स्क्रीनशॉट देते हैं मैम, मतलब हम स्क्रीनशॉट ले सकते हैं ना? ये सारे नोट्स ही है ना मैम?
हाँ, मैंने ये आपको भेजा भी तो हुआ है ना, मैंने लिंक भेजी थी आप लोगों को प्रेजेंटेशन
यस मैम, व्हाट्सएप, यस मैम, ग्रुप में ना।
हाँ, तो वो उसी प्रेजेंटेशन को जैसे मैं अपडेट करती रहती हूँ, तो टाइम टू टाइम अगर तुम लोग डाउनलोड करते रहोगे तो अपडेटेड ही आपको मिलेगी, है ना?
यस मैम, इन्हीं को रिवीजन करते जाते हैं मैम। अभी तो मैंने एक विद्या ली हुई है, बट 2 विद्या ही बस मुझे मिली है मैम। इस सब्जेक्ट की रूरल की विद्या मिल ही नहीं रही है, और इंटरनेशनल की।
बेटा पहली बात तो एज अ टीचर आई वुड नॉट सजेस्ट यू टू स्टडी फ्रॉम विद्या, ठीक है? क्योंकि नोट्स की बात अलग होती है, क्लास में डिस्कशन की बात अलग होती है, गाइड की बात अलग होती है, ठीक है? क्लास में इस पर्टिकुलर सब्जेक्ट की आपको बुक नहीं मिलेगी, क्योंकि इसकी बुक सिर्फ हिंदी मीडियम में अवेलेबल है।
यस मैम,
ठीक है
मैम। ये जो आप लोग ये जो प्रेजेंटेशंस आप देते हैं ना मैम, हम इसका स्क्रीनशॉट लेकर मैम मैं नोट्स बना रही हूँ मैम, जो आप डेली पढ़ा रहे हैं ना मैम, उसी का मतलब एक मैंने कॉपी में नोट करती जा रही हूँ मैम।
हाँ
फोन से तो पढ़ा नहीं जाता है।
हाँ, फ़ोन से तो प्रॉब्लम होगी ऑब्वियसली, आंखें भी ख़राब होती हैं और इतना आसानी भी नहीं है उससे पढ़ने में। तो आप
यस
लोगों को
मैम।
मैं सजेस्ट यही करूँगी जैसे आप कर रहे हो, बिल्कुल सही है। पॉइंट्स लिखते जाओ, जो पॉइंट्स जो बुलेट पॉइंट्स मैं देती हूँ वो लिखते जाओ, और डिस्क्रिप्शन आप अपने वर्ड्स में लिखो,
यस मैम।
सो दैट एट द एंड ऑफ द ईयर जब आपके एग्ज़ाम का टाइम आता है तब इफ़ यू जस्ट रीड थ्रू इट यू विल रिमेंबर कि हाँ किस पॉइंट में क्या पढ़ा था हमने।
यस मैम। यस मैम। मैम वही आप जो डेली प्रेजेंटेशन देते हैं मैम, हम उसका स्क्रीनशॉट निकालते हैं और मैम डेली उसी को मैम हम नोट कर लेते हैं, तो मैम हमारा रिवीजन भी हो जाता है। यस मैम। मई में एग्जाम होंगे फर्स्ट वीक में।
बेटा एग्ज़ाम्स तो होंगे,
यस
है ना,
मैम।
तैयारी आप इसी हिसाब से रखिए कि आपके एग्ज़ाम होंगे।
यस मैम। मैम इस बार तो करना ही है मैम, 4th लास्ट ईयर है।
हाँ तो अच्छा है आप लोग अगर एग्ज़ाम, वैसे तो मैक्सिमम चांस यही है कि एग्ज़ाम होंगे, और एग्ज़ाम होने भी चाहिए क्योंकि आप लोगों ने देखिए इतने टाइम मेहनत करी है, तो जो जैसा डिज़र्व करता है उसको वैसे मार्क्स मिलने चाहिए, है ना।
ऑब्वियसली मैम होनी ही चाहिए मैम, हमारा एमकॉम का मतलब क्या होगा मैम।
हाँ चलिए ठीक है, तो
थैंक
फिर आज हम यहीं तक पढ़ते हैं, विल
यस
कंटिन्यू
मैम।
इट टुमारो। यहाँ तक आप लोग रीड कर लेना जितना भी आज पढ़ा है, और अपने वर्ड्स में लिखने की कोशिश करना क्या क्या समझ में आया क्या नहीं आया। फिर अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम होती है तो मुझसे पूछ लिया करो क्लास में।
श्योर मैम, श्योर श्योर।
सबने अटेंडेंस लिख दी है?
यस मैम।
चलिए ठीक है। ख्याति तुम जब भी आना, कोई जल्दी नहीं है, तुम जब भी आना तो वो
Yes,
लिस्ट
ma'am.
ले आना, है ना।
यस मैम, बिल्कुल
हाँ
बिल्कुल।
ओके, थैंक यू गर्ल्स।
थैंक यू वेरी मच मैम।